Hi guys, I just need to go over a few things for Friday, and I thought it would be best just to do it on a screencast so I can explain everything. If you would go to my plan book, please. Everything that you need to look at will be right here under General Business. The first thing I want to talk about is the presentation schedule. This is the schedule for the day, so you can see each group has 20 minutes to present. Hoping that no groups will go over 15 minutes and we can try and stay on schedule, so it'll be a few minutes to get off stage, a few minutes to get on, and then we'll stay right on track here. However, if a few groups go closer to the 7-minute mark, it will be okay to get into the 16, 17, 18-minute range. The problem is I've had people email me and just say one person's going to come to this group at 9:45. I don't want them to show up at 9:45 and the group's already gone 20 minutes earlier. So I really want to stay on track here. So this break here at 10:25, we are going to use this break if we need it. If we've kind of gotten ahead, we're going to take a break, go to the restroom, stretch, that kind of stuff, so that we can stay best on schedule. If we're a little bit behind, we are going to not take this break, and then we can keep up with the schedule so that we are ready to go. Next thing I want to talk about is this tech video group. As you can see, they don't have, lunch starts at 11:23 actually, so they don't have a full 20 minutes to get done. That's okay. If this group does not get done at 11:23, if we're a little bit behind schedule, everyone's going to stay in the auditorium until this group is finished. Then if you eat A lunch, you'll go to A lunch. Mrs. Raymond will give you, enough time to eat. So when you're done eating, you can come back to the auditorium. Then everyone else will be in the auditorium. If you at B lunch, go during that time. If you at C lunch, go during that time. And the rest of you will be in the auditorium doing a different activity. And I will talk about that in just a little bit. But here is the schedule for the rest of the day. Okay. The next thing I want you to look at is this presentation page. Okay, so if you would look at this is what's going to be up on my computer during the 20% project. That way each group doesn't have to come up and sign into Google Drive, find their presentation, find their website, that thing, sign back out, etc. So each person's group should be able just to click on their whatever this is, presentation, and it should be there ready to go. So make sure that when you are signed out of Google Drive, you can click on this, go through your entire presentation, your entire website, etc. So things you need to think about. If you're looking at your presentation, website, all that stuff, when you're signed into Drive, there might be something that you haven't changed the share settings on. So sign out of everything, go through your whole presentation, and make sure you can still see anything that you've attached to your presentation or to your website. Okay? Lunch, we kind of talked about. Lunch activities, there will be 3 things posted around the room during lunch with 3 video cameras. Your requirements for lunch are to give 1 project review and then answer 1 other question. So I think the questions off the top of my head are, what was the hardest part of the 20% project, and what did you learn from the 20% project? So you are just going to go, you can do it by yourself or with your buddies. Sometime when you're in the auditorium, while other people are eating lunch, you need to go to the video cameras and, say the hardest part of the 20% project for me was this and why. Tell about which project you've, enjoyed, listening to so far. I've had some people ask if they can have an alternative project if you don't want to do that. The reason we're doing that reflection that way is because I was going to have you write a 2-page paper reflection, but I thought this would be more fun and exciting. So if you would rather write a 2-page reflection, you can do that, but you still have to at least do 1 project review, okay, on the camera. If you have questions about that, ask someone 1st through 5th hour, because I was in school and really explained that to them. Okay. Dress, remember, business casual, so nice shoes, pants, shirt. You guys know what that should look like. Note cards. Some of you guys have asked me if you can have note cards up there. You can. I don't care if you do, as long as you're not reading word for word off your note card. Remember, you're trying to give a good presentation here. And if you're going to have a note card, have it be uniform with everyone in your group. I don't want one kid to have a note card, one kid to have a paper, one kid to have a notepad. Just kind of make it uniform so it looks professional. Twitter. Cody and Brooke are going to be tweeting from my Twitter account. They have access to my Twitter account, and they will be tweeting on Friday. So they will be posing questions. It will look something like this. It will say like, question 1, what was your favorite part of the last presentation? And they'll use my hashtag. In between presentations or at lunch, you can answer any of those questions. So you just need to follow me at Chelsea_Beeson, and then you can answer any of these questions. So if you want to answer question 1, you tweet like this. A1, I liked the video review, whatever, and then you'll do Beeson A107. So my Twitter policy is you can have your phones or your computer open in between presentations, at lunch, or after the day's over. Mrs. Raymond has complete authority on that. If you guys don't handle it right, she's just going to tell you to put your phones away, and we're not going to do the Twitter part. You don't have to do Twitter for points, but I am going to give prizes on Monday for the best tweets. So they might have some trivia, they might have some questions for you. So follow me on Twitter and you can see what you want to tweet there. You can also just use my hashtag to tweet positive things about the presentations throughout the day. Okay, almost done here. Being gone. If you are gone the day of the presentation, remember you need to give your entire presentation to me before or after school. Not just your part, the entire presentation. So that would not be probably real fun thing to do. So you probably just want to do anything you can to make sure you are there on Friday ready to give your presentation with your group. Okay. Opt-outs. I'm going to talk about opt-outs more next week, but something that I just wanted to tell you, I had some kids, a group of kids kind of talk to me a little bit about how it's not fair that you've worked so hard for these opt-outs on these tests, and then in my classes it doesn't really make sense to use your opt-out. I generally don't have a test. I know you probably don't want me to give a test. So what I have done, or what I've decided this semester instead, since it doesn't really make sense for you to use your opt-out in my class, and some of you literally don't have a place to use it because of college classes and other things, if you turn in your opt-out to me, I will give you 35 extra credit points on your final. So you don't opt out, you still come to the final, you still do the project that we're doing, but I'll give you 35 extra credit points. So that might be good for someone who's kind of in between grades and wants to use it on your final. That way, I'm proud of you guys for doing good on your NWEA tests or whatever those are called, and so I would like to do that for you. We can talk about that more next week if you have questions. Any questions you have before Friday, email me and I will try and be checking my email. Good luck, and I hope it goes well.